Okay, let me greet everybody in the stream. Now we're getting some people in here. Andrew Miron, welcome back to the stream. Haven't seen you in a while. Harsh Gods, welcome to the stream. Levy Boy, welcome to the stream. Martin, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you in a while. Well, technically, it is my fault for not streaming, so, you know. So we have a couple things to talk about. Well, not really. I just wanted to start up stream randomly and talk to you guys. To be honest, I didn't think anybody would come because I haven't streamed in like 5 months, 6 months. It's been a while. But thank you guys for coming through all the same. I can't remember the last time I joined a Chuni stream. Thank you for coming through. So have you guys been keeping up with like the light novel for Classroom of the Elite? Let's start there. Yeah, let's start there. The light novel for Classroom of the Elite, it's been okay for the most part recently. I actually just recently read Year 2 Volume 11, even though it dropped like months ago. I just couldn't bring myself to read it because I saw the spoilers, I saw the synopsis, I had a basic idea of what happened in the series, in the volume, so I didn't feel inclined to read it because I already knew what happened and I was so disappointed by what I heard. So eventually I just got my shit together and I just went and read it, and it wasn't bad. I won't lie, it wasn't bad. I like the developments with Morishita, Hashimoto, Kiryuin. I love that little reveal that she wants to become a politician, which ties into the theme of the story. Well, not the theme, but the roots of Classroom of the Elite tie into politics, especially if you've read Volume 0. Volume 0, which is like the groundwork for Classroom of the Elite, is heavily politically based. So Kiryuin saying that she wants to go into politics is basically insinuating that there is more story for her after graduation. So when everyone in the school graduates, there's a likelihood that there's a story involving Kiryuin and maybe Ayanokoji after school, if you get what I'm saying. I like the development with Horikita and Ibuki and Kushida. I feel like they're getting a lot closer. If you guys remember what I said about them, I said that Horikita needs allies for the 3rd year because once Ayanokoji switches classes, Horikita is basically going to be alone. Even though she is technically the leader of the class and she can ask people to do things, she doesn't have any allies by her side. Ibuki is technically in another class, but Kushida is someone that she could potentially depend on once Ayanokoji transfers, but that all depends on how close they get before he leaves. Year 2 Volume 11 was boring. There wasn't any ichinose. Come on, man, don't be like that. I mean, true, she is. Recently, Ichinose has kind of become the poster girl for the series. That's what I've noticed. She's become like the highlight for Classroom of the Elite. So I understand that not having her in a volume might reduce the amount of, you know, interest from the fans, but there's still more story to the series than just having Ichinose in it, right? Well, given the illustration that we did just get for Year 2 Volume 12, it seems that we're gonna have Ichinose back in the series, so that's a good thing. So I'm sure she'll be back to return. I'm sure Ichinose will be back to bring all the chaos that she wants. I think we need to make some bets for what's gonna happen in Year 2 Volume 12. I don't think it's going to be Year 2 Volume 12 specifically. It could be Year 2 Volume 12 or maybe Year 2 Volume 13 if Hinugasa decides to go that far. But between this upcoming volume and the one after it, I feel like the breakup between Ayanokoji and Kei is gonna happen. I feel like it's about time. So if it's not this volume, I have my money on year 2 volume 13 being the volume where Ayanokoji breaks up with Kei. Telling Horikita that Amasawa was his ex was funny. Yeah, that was hilarious. I can't believe he did that. And I've noticed that Ayanokoji's humor is progressively improving as the series goes on. I mean, he's always had a kind of inner sarcastic sassiness to him, but that's in his monologues. But he's starting to project it outwards, and I'm loving it. It's the funniest thing to see him just be a troll. Check Discord. Wait, what happened in the Discord? Oh my god. Not gonna lie, the volume that Ayanokoji breaks up with Kurosawa about to be my favorite because I'm a Kurosawa hater. I'm not gonna lie, so am I. Well, not so much that I hate her as a character. I just hate how frequent she's appearing and not adding anything significant or substantial to the series. Like, she's kind of overstayed her screen time. She's overstayed her value. So at this point, she's just there, to be honest. So yeah, I need her to get up out of here so that we can actually introduce someone who's going to move the plot forward. And if anything, breaking up with Kurosawa might actually be beneficial for her character. She might actually become somewhat of a threat to Ayanokoji's class, which will be Ichinose's class. So Kurosawa might actually, she might actually get involved in her studies. She might take school more seriously, and who knows, maybe she might actually rise to the top of her class and become someone who Horikita can depend on, and they can, go against Ayanokoji. You never know. How hilarious would it be if Ayanokoji breaking up with Kurosawa is what pushes her to become an actually dedicated student, and she actually becomes a threat. That is what you call plot development. That's what you call character development. I have a question. Has anyone here seen the illustration of Ichinose crying in the rain? You mean the one from year 2 volume? I don't remember, but it's an old illustration, right? The one where she's standing with her head to the sky? If you're talking about that, then yeah, I think everyone here has seen it. It doesn't matter how much Ayanokoji trains any of the students, they aren't beating him. Realistically, no, but honestly, Kinugasa might have written himself into a wall. He's written himself into his own downfall, because how are you logically going to stop Ayanokoji? Realistically. I mean, if you set up the final exam in a way where you depend on, teammates, for example, in year 2 volume 11, where Ayanokoji had to be in a group and the overall contribution of the group is what determined their ranking, that is potentially a way they could beat Ayanokoji, because they can't beat him individually. So if the final exam is one that involves teamwork, Horikita's class could actually overpower him, but through numbers. So you'd have Horikita, Kushida, Kei, Hirata, Chiaki, Matsushita. Horikita would have more students who trust her compared to Ayanokoji, and their teamwork could be better, so they could actually overpower Ayanokoji in regards to numbers. That's logically the only way I see them actually beating him, if I'm being real. Oh yeah, and supposedly Ichinose is getting expelled. That has to be cap. I don't believe that whatsoever. Well, it is possible. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's impossible that she will get expelled, but really? Just like that? We don't see her for a whole volume, and the next volume she gets expelled? That would be kind of a crazy tonal shift from one volume to the other. So if she gets expelled, I I can't say anything because I understand it because, it's understandable. But at the same time, if she gets expelled, that would be kind of crazy. Who do you think will win in the final exam, Ruin or Sakayanagi? Honestly, the only way to properly make a prediction, it's not by wondering who will win or it's not about who will win, it's about who should win for the sake of the plot. So, which character between Ruin and Sakayanagi, if they get expelled, will advance the plot? Will Ruin's expulsion do anything significant to the plot? Will Sakayanagi's expulsion do anything significant to the plot? Compare those two characters and decide which one of their expulsions would impact the plot more. And I think that's how you should predict who's going to get expelled. So if we're going off that criteria, then most likely Sakayanagi is getting expelled, which is unfortunate. Realistically, her getting expelled doesn't really affect her because she is a genius and she is the chairman's daughter. So if she gets expelled, she can be immediately enrolled into a school that's as good or even better than the advanced nurturing high school. All right? The advanced nurturing high school is unique with the point system and a lot of other things, but worst case scenario, Sakayanagi is technically a third year by the time, well, she's a second year, but if Sakayanagi does get expelled, she can just enroll in another high school somewhere as a second year student, because she's a genius. Ruin, on the other hand, yeah, he's cooked. If Ruin gets expelled, he's cooked. The thing is, Ruin isn't stupid. He's intelligent. He's not smart, but he's intelligent, if you get what I'm saying. Hold on. Rodolfo Torres, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I greeted you earlier, but yeah, welcome to the stream. Do you think we could see a Classroom of the Elite series where they grow up So do you think we could see a Classroom of the Elite series where they are growing up and see if they would come together to start a new story when they are adults? Not likely. Well, at least not a full-blown series. It's more than likely going to be like a sub-volume, like volume 0, or like a side story, a very short side story. But realistically, once the characters graduate, there isn't much of a story after that, to be honest. Because the only reason why this story is so compelling is because they are inside the advanced nurturing high school. That's why it's so interesting. But the moment they leave, they're just going out into the real world to find real jobs and just live a normal life. It's only because of the competitive space within the advanced nurturing high school why this story is so so interesting. One way you could make it interesting, and I have been planning to do this for a long time, but I just haven't committed to it. I've been writing my own fan fiction that revolves Ayanokoji graduating and going back to the White Room, going under his father's wing to become his right-hand man, and he encounters Kiruin outside of the advanced nurturing high school. Because Kiruin wants to go into politics, her family is rich, they're well known in the political world, well, not in the political world, but they're well known in the business world. So, there's a story that we could work with outside with those two characters. So I had a bit of a fan fiction between them. Nothing romantic. It's not like that. It's more of just the two of them interacting as young individuals in the political world or going into it, But I never really committed to it. Hirata is the only one who is suspecting that Ayanokoji will break up with Karuizawa when Ayanokoji mentioned his friend Hiyori in Year 2, Volume 9.5. Loki, I think Hirata is going to be heartbroken when Ayanokoji leaves. Not heartbroken in a romantic sense, but because he considers Ayanokoji a friend, and Ayanokoji did help to bring him out of his despair when he was at his lowest point. So Hirata is one of the few people who are genuinely going to be affected once Ayanokoji leaves. It's going to be sad to see his reaction. So Martin says the illustration with ichinose that I called AI, when I said the proportions were bad, he said they're godly. Listen, bro. Sometimes when an artist makes a girl's breasts way too big and their waist too small, that's genuinely appalling. I don't know how people can really be satisfied with that. When the artist draws a girl's waist paper thin and he makes her breasts abnormally large, like one piece, yeah, I cannot find those designs attractive. And Tomose has never drawn Ichinose like that ever. He's always drawn her proportions very womanly, very, very proportionate. So all of a sudden, having this image with her breasts the size of her head, her waist being paper thin, and she's wearing a lingerie. Why is she wearing a lingerie? Did any of you even notice that? Why is she walking around the school with her wearing her uniform and a lingerie? Realistically, how could she do that? You guys are stupid, bro. Realistically, how could you genuinely believe that illustration is real? I can see Ruin losing against Sakayanagi in a fair fight, but depending on the exam, he can use Hashimoto to his advantage. I mean, I'm not sure how well Ruin could utilize Hashimoto, given that there's so much suspicion against him. Like, literally, nobody trusts Hashimoto right now. September 11. Wait, really? Is this what you guys were talking about? September 11? Man, you just wasted my time. My God. What are your thoughts between the meeting between Ayanokoji and his father? Oh, Yunyo, welcome to the stream. I didn't even realize you were here. Welcome to the stream, my boy. Yo, I really have all my mods in the chat right now. That's crazy. My day one mods, bro. I'm about to start crying. Martin, Yunyo, Hugio. Wait, we don't have Psychos. I don't think he's here. Damn it. What are your thoughts about Ayanokoji meeting his father? Oh yeah, that is gonna happen, right? On when is that gonna happen again? It's like a parent-teacher consultation. I forgot about that whole thing with him and Shabashiro. That was also one of the highlights of Year 2, Volume 11 that I'm actually looking forward to. I don't think his father is going to be able to take him out because we've already speculated that Ayanokoji's father intentionally sent him to the Advanced Nurturing High School, so I don't think it's within his plans to remove Ayanokoji. However, I do think that there is something of value that he will say to Ayanokoji. I feel like there is something there that will be worthwhile. Obviously, because otherwise the interaction wouldn't happen. So maybe it's something regarding the White Room. Maybe he might mention Yagami, although I doubt it. But there's a chance he might mention Yagami. He might mention someone, taking over the new generation in the White Room, or something of the sort. Who knows? But I feel like there is going to be something really interesting in the interaction between Ayanokoji and his father. Yo, it's been so long since I've talked for this long. I forgot that when I'm live streaming, I just be talking. I just be yapping, bro. zero point 0.5 volume. I think we might get a 0.5 volume if I'm being honest. Because I don't think Kinugasa is going to go as far as to give us a year 2 volume 13. That's kind of crazy. Year 2 volume 13? It doesn't even sound feasible. So I feel like he wants to end it off on year 2 volume 12 and maybe a year 2 volume 12.5. I am an old man. There's no way I was gonna understand that September 11 joke. My God. Whew. So, yeah. Aside from that, have you what animes and mangas have you guys been watching and reading this year? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like this year has been really, really good to us in terms of anime adaptations. Well, at least for me, because basically all of my favorite series are getting adapted one after the other, and though the ones that aren't getting adapted have been confirmed for an adaptation next year. Solo Leveling, Viral Hit, The Fable, Mushoku Tensei, Dandadan, Sakamoto Days is confirmed for next year. We have the Chainsaw Man movie, an Overlord movie. I feel like God has answered my prayers. I feel so blessed right now, bro, because one after the other, I'm just getting all my favorite series adapted. And there's speculation for an anime adaptation for the omniscient reader's viewpoint, which if that is true, like that's insane. And there's also Tower of God season 2. But aside from that, have you guys been reading any mangas? I've noticed a trend where it seems like people aren't reading new mangas in Shonen Jump nowadays, which I understand because Shonen Jump has a tendency to axe all of the good series, even because they aren't performing well in Japan. Even though we in the West absolutely love the series, if it doesn't perform to the standard in Japan, it just gets axed, thrown away. And the story that we were so invested in, it gets ripped away from us and locked away. Yeah, bro, it's horrible. Mr. Westcott, welcome back to the stream. Yo, all my OG viewers are just coming back one after the other. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for coming. This actually puts a smile on my face to see all you guys. Even though I didn't stream, whoop, whoop, whoop. Even though I didn't stream for like 6 months, you guys still came back. Thank you. Means a lot to me. Do you think that Kinugasa will put Yuki and Shiro in the third year? Realistically, let's think about this. What benefit is there for Kinugasa to bring back previous White Room students into Ayanokoji's life at the moment? Let's really think about it. Because the only benefit of that is to bring in shock value. That would be the only benefit of reintroducing White Room students. It's just for the shock value. Because realistically, if Kinugasa reintroduced Yuki and Shiro back into the series, he could not put them in the same class as Ayanokoji, or it's just over. He would have to split them up to different classes. So he would put maybe he would put Shiro in class A, and then he would put Yuki in class D. But then if that's the case, it completely eradicates the whole narrative of having the normal students defeat Ayanokoji, who is an artificial human, if you want to put it like that. His intelligence, he's an artificial genius, basically. That defeats the whole purpose of having him build up all of this development just to have White Room students come in. Besides, I doubt they actually would come back because Shiro wanted to be free and Yuki is traumatized. Yuki is still in therapy. So the likelihood of them returning is, yeah, it might not happen. The only crazy theory I have is what? Ishigami is Ayanokoji's half brother, but I'm just having fun. His half brother? I mean, I know it has been mentioned somewhere in the light novel where Ayanokoji, well, it was actually year 2, volume 11, where Ayanokoji was having a conversation with Tsubaki, and he considered the possibility of his father having another child besides him to use that child to his own benefit. But having Ishigami, wait, no. It would make sense because Ishigami's father was already revealed. Well, not revealed, but Ishigami's familial ties were already revealed in volume 0. So we know Ishigami's father, he's like the owner of some big company, or he's in a position of power in the political world, I think. So the timeline wouldn't match up. Besides, I feel like if Kinugasa did try to go for that plot line of giving Ayanokoji a half brother or a sibling to fight, that would just be so half-assed. That would actually ruin the series, if I'm being honest. I mean, with the development we've been given thus far, the best thing that Kinugasa can do is to just focus on developing the characters that currently need development and finishing up their plot lines or giving them better plot lines. And obviously we're going to have new first year students, so he's going to have to be constantly going back and forth between the current students and the new students. But there are several plot lines in the story that need filling right now. So I don't think Kinugasa has the luxury of introducing a whole new plot line to the series when he hasn't even finished the current ones. We have Nanase, we have Amasawa, we have Ishigami. We still don't know. He's been in the story for like what, 10 plus volumes. We still don't know what his deal is. He still hasn't made a move, so we're waiting on him. There's still some stuff that we need to see with Hosen. There's also Kiriyama. Is that his name? The assistant for the student council president. You guys know who I'm talking about. Yeah, him. The last we saw of him, he was stuck in his room. We don't know what happened to him. He's gonna graduate anyways, but we still do need to have a conclusion to his plotline. There's Tsubaki, who was recently given spotlight in Year 2 Volume 12 with the whole thing about her sister and whatnot. I think it's obvious at this point that Tsubaki is Yuki's sister. It's been made abundantly clear at this point. Aside from that, though, what kind of mangas have you guys been reading recently? I won't lie, I haven't been reading any mangas anymore. I've kind of just been addicted to webtoons. Since last year going into this year, webtoons have been on a massive roll. Like there's a new webtoon coming out every single day. And it's always those webtoons with like 20 to 30 chapters, and it's always an isekai fantasy manga. Some of them are very generic, but some of them are so good, bro. I can't lie. Unordinary. I have heard of that. I need to check it out actually. I might as well, to be honest, because hey, listen. Don't be surprised if in the next coming weeks you see a bunch of manga recommendation videos from me. I've read 127 mangas since December going into this year. I have way too many recommendations that I have to give. I have to start giving some recommendations. Season 2 of Unordinary just ended. Wait, it has an anime? Or is it a live action? How many other light novels have you read? For light novels, I don't read a lot of them. It's not to say I don't like to read, it's just that there aren't many light novels that catch my attention nowadays. Actually, Classroom of the Elite was my first light novel, and then I went to read The Eminence in the Shadow. I have Mushoku Tensei on the wait list. I have ReZero on the wait list. But aside from that, nothing really, to be honest. Oh yeah, I did read the Solo Leveling light novel as well. So it's mostly mainstream light novels that I read. Oh, by the way, welcome to the stream, The Hand History Vault. Haven't seen you in a while. You haven't watched ReZero? Yes, I have. I didn't say I didn't watch it. I just said that I read the light novel. I've watched the anime. That's how I discovered it. I've read the manga, and I have the light novel on the wait list. Realistically, ReZero is probably one of the best isekai of all time. If I'm being honest with you. But I will agree, Subaru is kind of a loser. At the same time, he is a Chad. He's a Chad and a loser at the same time. I say that to say I understand why people hate him, but I like him as a character. Especially the scene where he was having the breakdown with Rem. That's like the top 3 moments in the series with me. And when he when he was what was it? When the scene where he was just dying back to back to back, that made my stomach turn, bro. Honestly, you gotta give Subaru his props. And you can always listen to the audio light novels. Well, that is an option. So AK says, I know that you were disappointed in Classroom of the Elite Year 2, Volume 11, but was there anything you liked about it? Sorry if you already answered this in another vid. I actually answered this at the beginning of the stream, but yes, there were some things that I did like. Primarily, the interview with Chabashira and Ayanokoji, the interaction with Kushida, Horikita, and Ibuki. I like the whole dynamic they have going on. I like the exposition. There was some good exposition there, especially with Kiruin and introducing that she wants to become a politician. That was interesting. The bet with Sake and Nagi and Ruin, that was very interesting. At the end, where Ayanokoji forced Sake and Nagi to talk to Yamamura, I like that because he's kind of pushing her character in the right direction. He's intervening for the benefit of the characters and himself. What I didn't really like, obviously, was the setup of the exam. There wasn't any consequence to the exam, which ordinarily I wouldn't really care about, but it's the fact that this exam was used as the showdown between Ayanokoji and Nagumo. That is where my problem lies. This was a battle we've been hyping up, a battle I've been hyping up for the longest. I've wanted to see this fight for so long, and this is how we get it? It's not even a direct confrontation. It's them fighting through some stupid games like sewing and pressed flower crafting and volleyball or whatever. I was genuinely so upset, bro. Genuinely so upset. It was a big letdown, to be honest. Honestly, bro, the series feels like it's slowly outliving its longevity. It's slowly dying down, which is understandable. Kinugasa, he's a grown-ass man. He has a family, he has a wife, and his health conditions have been fluctuating, so I can't imagine being in that position and still being able to immerse yourself into the world of some teenagers battling against each other so that they can graduate from the highest class. Like, if you're a grown man, eventually it's going to become very difficult to immerse yourself into the mind of teenagers and how they interact and fight against each other and whatever. So slowly, Kinugasa might start preparing to end the series, and I'm prepared for it. As long as he can come to a satisfying ending, I don't mind if Year 3 only has 10 volumes. I wouldn't even be mad if Year 3 only had like 8 or 10 volumes and the series wraps up with maybe maybe the series would conclude with Year 3 volume 10.5. I would even be mad, because I have written stories before and it's very hard to maintain consistency with the stories that you write, especially as time goes on, especially if you've grown with these stories. So yeah, I imagine Classroom of the Elite might not have as many volumes in the third year compared to the second year. And we haven't gotten an announcement for season 4, thank God. I need Studio Lurch off this series. Even though it's not their fault that the adaptation is poor, their animation quality is still kinda ass. There were some good moments in season 2. There was definitely a noticeable increase in quality. but at the same time, it's still not enough. No, it was nowhere near substantial for it to be considered, satisfactory. Their animation style, I like the way they animate Ayanokoji, I won't lie, and they have done a good job for some of the characters, but the amount of still frames that you can take from season 2 with the characters just looking like absolute shit, yeah, it's bad, bro. It's bad. We need a new studio. And I doubt Kadokawa is gonna switch the studios at this point in time, because it's obvious that the anime for Classroom of the Elite is just a giant cash grab, and they make a new season, give it 13 episodes, they rush the adaptation, and they make a quick buck, and then they just go back to focusing on The Eminence in the Shadow and other big money-making series. And the fact is, The Eminence in Shadow actually has a good adaptation with the episodes it has. Bro. It is a horrible time to be a fan of Classroom of the Elite when the anime is being butchered like this. Oh yeah, in other words, have you guys seen that there might be a Tokyo Ghoul reboot? Well, not a reboot, but the anniversary for Tokyo Ghoul is coming up soon, and there's supposedly going to be like an episode 0, like a special episode to commemorate the anniversary. I would love it if we got an announcement after the debut of episode 0, and we just get an announcement for the Tokyo Ghoul reboot. I would be, if we get a Tokyo Ghoul reboot, the first thing I'm doing is starting upstream, and I'm just going to be screaming my lungs out for 30 minutes straight. I don't even know what I would say. I would just be screaming, crying, vomiting. Honestly, it would be the greatest day of my life, bro. I would be more interested in a Tokyo Ghoul reboot than my own wedding, than my own birthday. I would care more about a Tokyo Ghoul reboot than my own I would care more about a Tokyo Ghoul reboot than the birth of my own child. You don't understand how much I love this series. I love this series so much, and they butchered the anime. They destroyed it. What they did to the Tokyo Ghoul anime is nothing short of despicable. Sorry, I had to go get some water. I've been live for 56 minutes? God damn. I think I'm gonna stream for like 20 more minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. Oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6. I've never played Grand Theft Auto actually. Well, I have. I've played the Nintendo DS version, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown. But aside from that, I've never really played Grand Theft Auto. But for some reason, I'm excited for the release, even though I'm not gonna play it. I'm more so excited to watch like my favorite YouTubers. I'm excited to watch them play it and do role play. It's always funny whenever they do role play for Grand Theft Auto. Don't read The irregular at the Magic High School light novel, it's so boring. The anime makes the story bearable. I've seen that anime get tossed around on Twitter recently. I'm not really interested, to be honest. I've read the synopsis and it doesn't really catch my attention. One anime I will recommend you guys to watch is The Fable. The Fable is about a legendary assassin that has been sent to an area in Japan and he's been ordered to lay low. He is known as the Fable, and he's an absolute monster when it comes to killing. He knows the vital points. He can estimate your height, your weight, everything about you just by looking at you. He's a real professional. But he's sent to an area of Japan and he's given the order to lie low by the head of his organization, and he has to try and live a normal life. However, he gets wrapped up in some other gang like a gang war. Some other gang wars within the area that he's in. So now he gets wrapped up in it and he has to maneuver his way through it without killing anybody. He cannot, like, the rule that he's given is that he can't kill anybody. On top of that, he has a very interesting personality. Very, very interesting. He has a blank expression, but the guy's funny is all I'm gonna say. Just watch it, bro. Just watch it. The next thing I'm watching is Konosuba season 3. I have been thinking of reading the Konosuba light novel, even though I was spoiled on how it ends. But Konosuba has been absolutely amazing this year. I think Konosuba is truly a one-of-a-kind isekai. I mean, there are several anime that can come close to the comedy in Konosuba, but yeah, Konosuba is in a completely different league when it comes to comedy. I won't lie. The Fable has been great so far. I'm saying, bro, and if you like it, you need to go and read the manga. The manga is far more detailed. The choreography is a lot better. And there's a lot of dialogue that they cut out, but that's fine. I promise you will love the manga if you love the anime. And the manga has 2 parts, The Fable and The Fable Second Contract. So there's 2 parts to the manga. It's a long-running story and it never gets old. And you're going to meet a lot of interesting characters. There's this one sociopathic killer that he can't feel pain, basically. So it's like he's numb to emotions, so he's like an antagonist for a good part of the story. And the way how he goes about and killing certain characters, you're just locked in. You're like, how is this guy able to do this and not react in any single way? He's like a legit sociopath. You have to go and check it out. Hello to the Nordian Mapper. Have any of you guys gotten summer vacation yet? Honestly, I really miss hearing the word summer vacation because I'm in college. So, because I'm in college, instead of summer vacation, you have to go and get a summer job. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy out here. It is not easy out here at all. I've also been looking into playing some old games. Did any of you play any of the old Pokemon games growing up? Does anyone here play Pokemon? It is possible that Ayanokoji will make the four classes all Class A because he was saying that on YouTube Volume 10. Nah. Well, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that wouldn't be a very wise way to go about it, I think. That would not be a very smart way to go about it at all. I used to. The old game I had was Pokemon X. That was your first game? Bro, I remember when the Nintendo DS was trending and it was like the most popular console. My first experience with a Pokemon game was Pokemon Diamond. Diamond was at the time, it was the greatest thing I've ever witnessed. Because I always loved Pokemon, watching the anime. But when I actually had a game for it, it changed my world, bro. After that, I downloaded like the GBA emulator. I played all the GBA games. And I didn't get to have a Nintendo 3DS, so I couldn't play Pokemon X. But I found an emulator online 2 years ago. I found an emulator online and I finally got to play Pokemon X for the first time. It was like reliving my childhood, bro. Pokemon X, both the game and the anime were peak. Anything after Pokemon X is garbage to me. They butchered Pokemon after Pokemon X. Yeah, so basically what I'm thinking is I'm thinking of going back and replaying all the games. And I might make videos on it as well and make a gaming channel. I've been feeling like gaming might be something I want to explore. Even though I'm an adult, gaming was a part of my life I never really got to experience much. So, you know, better to experience it before you die, right? I work from 6 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Wait. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. You work 10 hours? Wow. God damn, bro. Yes, I am from Jamaica. If you look at my channel description, you can see the country that I'm from. 6 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.? Where are you working, bro? Hell? I'm joking. But that is crazy, though. That is crazy. Hey, that's why I want this YouTube stuff to work for me, bro. I want to become a successful YouTuber because I refuse to work a 9 to 5. I refuse, bro. So I need you guys to help me become a popular YouTuber so I can pay my bills that way without having to go do manual labor. Even though I do technically do manual labor by editing my videos and going through the whole scripting process, that is way better than a 9 to 5. I'll tell you that. Your first game was Ruby and Sapphire? Ooh, that's good. That's a good one. I don't understand why Nintendo or Game Freak came up with this idea of splitting up the games into 3 parts. So you had Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Green, Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Emerald. And what they did was, I think if they had like 240 Pokemon in the Pokédex for that region, they would split them in half for each game. So Pokemon Red would have 140 available, and Pokemon Green would have 140, and you would have to buy Pokemon Blue to get to get all 240 Pokemon. That was so stupid. I mean, they kind of changed it up later on down the line where they would have 3 different versions of the same game, but there would be a slight difference in the plot lines and animations and whatnot. Like for Pokemon Black, Pokemon White, then you'd have Pokemon Black and White. My God, bro. It's the same with Pokemon X and Pokemon Y and Pokemon Z. Hey, I don't blame him. I don't blame it. I do not blame them at all. If I was Nintendo, I would milk the hell out of Pokemon too, seeing how successful it is. The Pokemon XYZ anime was so fire. Yes, it was, bro. I found my people. XYZ was the pinnacle of Pokemon anime. But I'll never forgive them, bro. I will never forgive them for making Ash lose against what was his name? Alan? How does a Greninja lose against a Charizard? That is the definition of an ass pull. They somehow managed to make Ash win against the guy with what's the name of that Pokemon? The final evolution of Trico, whatever its name is. You guys know what that is? The one from the Hoenn region? Was it wait, let me look. Let me Google it. I haven't played the game in so long. I actually forgot the name. Sceptile, yeah. They made a Greninja win against a Sceptile but lose to a Charizard. And then they want to come and tell me that, oh, when it's mega evolved, Charizard becomes a dragon and fire. That still doesn't change anything. It's still susceptible to water, and on top of that, they made the Charizard win with a Dragon Claw. Or was it a Blast Burn? They made the fire type win against a water type with a fire type move. Yo, I swear to God, I was so mad, bro. I never watched another Pokemon anime after that again, bro. I refused, bro. Sun and Moon was decent, but it was a massive downgrade. The only thing good about Sun and Moon is that Ash finally became a champion. And I think they said Ash's story is over now, and they're restarting the Pokemon series with some new main characters. That's just bullshit, bro, because why would you end the series and not make Ash become an adult? You know he's been like 12 years old or 10 years old for like 20, 30 years, right? Yeah, whatever, bro. Sorry for ranting, bro, but this is something that's troubled me for a long time. This has troubled me for a very long time, bro. And the Pokemon games nowadays are so ass, bro. Especially Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's the one game I actually looked forward to, but it's just decent, bro. It's like Nintendo doesn't even care about the series anymore. If you don't care about the series, just hand over the IP to a company that will actually do the Pokemon series justice. Give it to a company like Sony. Can you imagine a Pokemon game on PS4, PS5? The things that Sony could do with a Pokemon game, yeah, bro. It's crazy. Anyways, sorry for yapping about Pokemon. But hey, this is what this stream is for. I never said I was going to talk about Classroom of the Elite the whole time. I just said I was going to talk about some stuff that I liked. Go and read Danmachi. It is the second anime based on a light novel that I read. This light novel after Classroom of the Elite. It is really great. And his season 5 is coming. Danmachi? Isn't that the anime where it's like, hold on, Danmachi. Wait, isn't that series called Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? If that's the series, then I don't know if I'm gonna read it, but I might watch it. I might watch it. Your country produces some of the best sprinters. Bro, tell me about it. Especially Usain Bolt, the world's fastest man. That is probably one of the only things I'm actually proud of being from this country. Do you know how crazy it is to be called the world's fastest man and have the last name Bolt, as in lightning bolt? That is like a plot twist from God. That is like a setup from God like, I don't want to hear I don't want to hear anyone say destiny and fate isn't real. To be given the last name Bolt and to then be called the world's fastest man, it's nothing but an act of fate, bro. That's destiny right there. That is destiny, bro. You pick strawberries? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, because that the companies need people who can pick and supply. But like, how much do they pay you for that? I can't imagine having to do manual labor in the sun and getting paid like $30. I could never, bro. You have to be getting some good money, or some decent money at least. But we did get that giant gold water shuriken from that battle. Yeah, that was crazy. Plus the mega evolution. This is why I'm saying Pokemon cooked with Pokemon peaked at XYZ. Having the main character fuse with his Pokemon is the pinnacle of Pokemon itself. It reminds me of that one spin-off anime with Red called Pokemon Red Origins, where Red fused with his Charizard and made Mega Charizard. But having a completely unique Pokemon called Ash Greninja, they cooked. The writers on Pokemon XYZ cooked. That is like the best writing I've ever seen. They just fumbled it when they didn't make when they didn't make Ash the champion, and because they wanted to milk it and move on to Sun and Moon. They should have made Ash the winner of that fight. And every Pokemon fan will say the same thing. Ash should have won. Oh my god, bro, I'm getting mad. By the way, have you guys been reading the Jujutsu Kaisen manga? Anyone here been reading the JJK manga? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Jujutsu Kaisen has been changing the game, setting standards above standards right now. Check the general chat. The most recent chapters of yeah, I've been shocked beyond shocked. I can't lie. My jaw has been dropped, bro. Yuta fusing with Gojo's dead body. The morality of that. Wow, bro. I can't figure out if it's bad writing or just phenomenal writing, bro. Because at the very least, there's a premise behind it, and it has a logical criteria, which is that Yuta might die once the fight is over. But it's like, wow, bro. We might lose Gojo and Yuta, and even if Sukuna dies, bro, I feel like that's not the end of the story. If Sukuna dies here, there's no villain in the series that can replace him. Realistically. There's no villain that can replace Sukuna if he dies here. So if he's going to die, it has to be that JJK ends shortly after Sukuna's death. Because I don't see Kenjaku is dead, and if Sukuna dies, no one can take their place. Gege cannot introduce another villain after Sukuna and expect us to care. He's literally the king of curses for a reason. So the most likely outcome of this fight is that Sukuna is gonna escape gravely injured on his deathbed, but he's gonna escape, and we're gonna get introduced to another sub-villain who might be the next Kenjaku, but he might have some difference in his plot to him. I don't know, bro. But if Sukuna dies here, JJK has to end shortly after. If Sukuna doesn't die, we have to get some sort of, you know, interesting plot line to follow after Sukuna's escape. Although realistically, I don't know what they can do at this point because Gege has killed off the majority of the cast. Gojo is dead, Nanami is dead, Nobara is dead. She's not coming back, guys. She's dead. Come on. Nobara is dead. Yuta's gonna die. Kashimo's dead. My god, bro. It's like that one meme from Snowfall where it's like him, her, him, bodies. Yeah, Gege is going crazy right now. He's marking an X through the whole roster. Meet potential man. Ishigami is low-key potential man right now because it's always an if and when but never is. That is the best phrase to describe Ishigami in Classroom of the Elite right now. It's always an if and a when but never is. Always just alluding to him being this super intelligent, tactical character but not giving us any feats. It's the same with Koenji. Oh my god, I can't wait for Koenji to get expelled. If he doesn't go all out, he is one of the most useless... If Koenji doesn't go all out, he is one of the most useless, overhyped characters in the series. Give me cell reception or I retire. Oh my god, bro. Ayanokoji is definitely going to get transferred to Ichinose's class. Given what we know now about Ruin and Sakayanagi and their final duel, and the purpose of their duel being to fight Ayanokoji, yeah, Ayanokoji is not going to Ruin's class. 100% he's going to Ichinose's class. Bro, I swear to God, brother, the day Ichinose gets... I can't wait, bro. Ichinose and Ayanokoji are gonna be an interesting couple. Or maybe they won't be a couple. Maybe they might just be a situationship. Like they just have a back and forth. They have a thing going on. But I feel like Ayanokoji needs to go to her class first and then he dates her. I don't know. My interest in Classroom of the Elite right now is kind of at a standstill. At least until we get Year 2 Volume 12. Until then, though, I'm just gonna kind of tap out for the series. I'm gonna be focusing on gaming. I'm gonna make a gaming channel. Well, technically, I do already have a gaming channel. I just never uploaded. Oh yeah, have you guys been reading Chainsaw Man Part 2? Yeah, Chainsaw Man Part 2 has been a very delightful experience so far. A lot of people hate on Chainsaw Man Part 2 because they don't like the development that's been going on. They think that Fujimoto has lost the plot. They think Fujimoto doesn't know what to write anymore for Part 2. So the merchant says, to be honest, Ayanokoji is the most boring out of the 4 leaders. I mean, yeah, kinda. Oftentimes the main character will be kinda boring in comparison to the rest of the cast. The majority of Ayanokoji's past has been revealed. His intentions have been revealed. He's kinda just, following a predetermined path. So we know what to expect from Ayanokoji, which is why he might seem a bit boring to us. But it's because the series is kind of the series is moving kind of slow right now in terms of how it's progressing. Everything is gonna culminate and there's gonna be like a giant climax at the final exam, where we have Ruin versus Sakayanagi and some other stuff. But but leading up to that, it's been a bit boring. I won't lie. It has been a bit boring. There's also Ai Morishita. I'm wondering what her deal is. Right now, she just seems like Matsushita. She reminds me of Matsushita in a way. I just can't bring myself to care about Morishita at the moment. Watch Kinugasa pair Ayanokoji with Kushina. Loki, honestly, I wouldn't even be mad. I would not even be mad. I think Kushina is actually the one girl I think Ayanokoji has said that he likes. Well, aside from Hiyori, but he said that he likes her real personality. He likes her true self. He prefers that. If that's not flirting, I don't know what that is. And realistically, Kushina was the one girl who was the nicest to him in the beginning of the series. She was the kindest to him. She treated him like an actual classmate, even if it was fake. But they do have history together. More so, well, not more than Horikita, but it's reasonable. If there are 3 people who if there were 3 characters who Ayanokoji had to be with at the end of 3 girls that Ayanokoji could be with, it would either be Horikita, Kushina, or Hiyori. Those are the most suitable girls for him, if we're being realistic. Ayanokoji did make Kushida fall for him, and now she hates him for that. I mean, he did technically make a lot of he did technically make a lot of girls fall for him. You know? Ichinose, K. Kiryuin is interested in him. Chabashira is interested in him. That's kind of crazy. Did you guys see Chabashira's short story at the end of Year 2 Volume 11? That's kind of crazy. Ichinose probably is going to get expelled. There's no way you're going to constantly have her on the front of the volume. On the front of... Like, she's constantly getting illustrations. I think she's been getting illustrations since Year 2 Volume 8 consecutively. So Year 2 Volume 8, 9, 9.5, 10, 11, and now 12. She's been getting back-to-back illustrations. If something doesn't happen to her, it's like a waste. Because we only get like 3 colored illustrations per volume. So her having a colored illustration and a black and white illustration in almost every volume, that's kind of crazy. So she's obviously a character of importance. However, I more so think that it's for a major development coming up. I can't see the possibility of her getting expelled and then Ayanokoji takes over her class. I don't see it. He can lead people, but he's not leadership material. If you get what I mean. His social skills are at rock bottom. He doesn't have the social skills like Ichinose does. So it's more like he's gonna help her lead from the sidelines like he did with Horikita. However, I think Ichinose has good insight and good social skills, which are better than Horikita. So it's not necessarily going to be the exact same thing if Ayanokoji goes to her class. Ichinose does have more weapons than Horikita. And I'm not just talking about her breasts. Yes, she does have big boobs, but that's not what I'm talking about. I said it because I know one of you are going to say it. I'm not... You know what, I need to mention something. I know this is an obvious fact, but Classroom of the Elite fans are some of the horniest people I've ever seen. The most chronically online and horny people I've ever seen. Some of the videos that I post, what was it? I posted the illustration of Ichinose in my community tab. This one guy was like, what did he say? I'd have to go and look, bro. Something about he wants to impregnate her just by looking at her. I'm like, yo, what? Talking about he wants to smash until it was a long ass message, bro. About how he wants to smash until his balls are drained. I'm like, I deleted that message instantly. Classroom of the Elite fans are insane. You guys are crazy. Nightburst, welcome to the stream. All my mods are coming back, bro. I'm about to cry. All my mods are coming back, bro. You disappear for 6 months and now you come out saying blasphemy like Kushida x Ayanokoji. I'm just saying it is a realistic ship. More realistic than some of the ships that most of the Classroom of the Elite fans are pushing, you know? It's more realistic. And they do have chemistry. They have substance with each other and it could work. It's just that in regards to the series, Kushina wouldn't really contribute much to the development of the story. She would just be a tsundere. She would just be a tsundere girlfriend. That's really it. Like, she has a temper, she has an attitude, and she's helping Horikita. It would be funny to see how the interaction goes with Ayanokoji dating Kushina while Kushina is still in Horikita's class and Ayanokoji transfers. So Ayanokoji would be in Ichinose's class dating Kushina while Kushina is with Horikita. That would be insane. Or the thing is, I don't see them becoming like an official couple. I don't see it. I more so see them becoming like friends with benefits, like secret, like a secret couple. If they were to ever date, they would be more like a secret couple kind of thing. Because no way is Kushida gonna publicly date Ayanokoji. Ayanokoji is getting more expressive. It would be interesting to be involved in a close-knit family. What is that? Wait, what do you mean by that, Nightburst? Tomase is a villain. He is a villain solely for the fact that he did not give us an illustration of Ayanokoji smiling. They knew what they were doing by not giving us an illustration. I swear to God, if Ayanokoji smiled, that would have been the thumbnail for like 3 of my videos. I would have milked the hell out of that chapter. I would have made one video saying Ayanokoji finally smiles. I would have made a second video saying why did Ayanokoji smile with Horikita, and I would have made a third video saying what. I would have made a third video saying which other girls could make Ayanokoji smile. I would have made like 3 videos. I would have milked the hell out of that thumbnail. If Tomase drew Ayanokoji smile, I would have gone crazy with my videos, bro. Look at who do you think will get expelled? Sake and Nagi or Ruin? Yeah, probably Sake and Nagi. I said it earlier, but I don't look at it from the perspective of who will win. I look at it from the perspective of who should win to advance the plot. Or between Ruin and Sake and Nagi, which one of them losing would impact the plot the most and improve the plot? Which one would help progress the narrative of the story? And the answer is Sake and Nagi. Sake and Nagi losing would put Class A in a jeopardizing position, and they would be in the need of a new leader. Sake and Nagi has she's overseen Class A as a dictator for the entire time she's been there. So as a result, they're all dependent on her, and she doesn't have any proper connections with any of them. It would be sad to see her expelled before she tries to change, but at the same time, it would also be beautiful. It would be beautifully tragic if Sakayanagi has just started to try and change and form connections with people, but she gets expelled. She loses and gets expelled. If Ruin loses, I mean, that doesn't really do anything, you know? His whole purpose is to defeat Sakayanagi and then Ayanokoji, but if he loses, Sakayanagi just stays in the school. She's already fought against Ayanokoji in the chess match, and if they fight again in the in the final special exam in year 3, she's gonna lose anyways. What matters isn't the fact that she's gonna lose. It's about how interesting the fight is. That's what matters. And tell me, between Ruin and Sakayanagi, which one of them is the most entertaining to watch? The answer is clear. If there is one thing Ruin can do, that man can put on a show. And sometimes that's all that really matters. Because regardless, both Sakayanagi and Ruin will lose to Ayanokoji. So if they're gonna lose anyway, you might as well make it more entertaining. And the one that's most entertaining is with Ruin. Plus, with Sakayanagi gone, it could be a very interesting development to see Ruin be the second highest ranking class in the advanced nurturing high school. So it would be Horikita, Ruin, Sakayanagi's class, and then Ichinose. Ayanokoji would go to Ichinose's class. Sakayanagi's class would be looking for a new leader. Ruin would be closing in on Horikita, and Horikita would be fighting against Ruin until Ayanokoji raises Ichinose's class's ranking. So that's how I see it. So my future prediction is Horikita will be class A, Ruin will be class B, Sakayanagi will get expelled and her class will go down to class C, and Ayanokoji will transfer to Ichinose's class and they will be class D, but Ayanokoji will help raise their ranking. Oh no, I did. Oh wait, I was muted the whole time, bro. I was over here yapping and I was muted the whole time. Oh my god, bro. I was yapping up a storm and I was muted. Classic Among Us excuses. Bro, the death of Among Us needs to be studied, bro. Among Us was such a good game at the time. But I mean, every game inevitably fades out, you know? Attention spans nowadays are depleting rapidly, so no one really sticks on anything for long. Like, people definitely do go back and play old games, but those old games aren't necessarily talked about in the mainstream. They're not in the spotlight anymore. Like God of War. Um yeah, there were so many good games as well. Spider-Man. Everyone nowadays is just talking about what's to come, like Grand Theft Auto, like GTA 6, but like the old games of last year, they're not even old. They came out last year. Elden Ring, bro, honestly, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know about a live watch because YouTube will copyright the stream. Maybe in Discord. I'm thinking of doing like manga reviews live, and maybe we can do some fun games where some challenges where you guys can kind of control the stream. Like I don't know. We would have to figure it out. Like I would say, give me some manga recommendations of some comedy or some crazy mangas. I would put them in a wheel. We would spin the wheel, and I would have to voice act the manga. Those kind of challenges. We would have to figure it out though. When is the date for year two, volume 12? It's July 25th, I think. July 25th. There has to be a reason why Kushida is still in the story. Most likely it's for her redemption. More than likely. She is an egotistic, narcissistic person, and she was recently called out, but she's been redeeming herself. Especially in year two, volume was it 10, where she helped Horikita, right? She actually helped Horikita. So she's slowly on a path to redemption, and she'll eventually become Horikita's friend, maybe best friends. Probably Kinugasa is going to create a situation where Kushida is in a desperate situation. Maybe, like he could introduce new first year students. One of them gets dirt on Kushida, and they threaten her with something, or Kushida gets threatened by someone. Horikita steps in, and eventually Kushida just gives in and becomes Horikita's friend. But she still has her tsundere attitude. So they're like sisters in a way. I could see that being her redemption, and I can see why she would still be in the story for that. I would have liked to see a brother-like relationship with Manabu since he thought he could smile if they had more time together. Probably. But like I say, the way how writing works, as much as there there would be several good moments with Manabu, you still have to consider what purpose would there be for him in the story after that. Even though you can look at a character and say, like, if you have a character that you've taken out of the story, you can always look and see that there are several possibilities that you could have done with this character if they were still here. However, you would still have to find a purpose for them in the plot. And if that purpose isn't substantial enough, they become a side character in the background. And sometimes in writing stories, making a character a side character is as good as killing them. Sometimes becoming a side character is the equivalent of death in writing. If the story is like a very well written story, if a main character who was once important becomes a side character and is not thoroughly written, or if they're not given any proper purpose, they become worthless, and they begin to lose importance. It's better to have Manabu have his redemption with Horikita and then take him out, rather than to have him have his redemption but just be there in the background as the student council president. Because Manabu has served his role, which was mostly to introduce Nagumo into the series. Manabu helped with the introduction of Nagumo, the growth of Horikita, the growth of Ayanokoji, and more. He's fulfilled his purpose in the story. So once they fulfill their purpose, you take them out. But I do agree, though, if Manabu was still in the story, there would have been some very interesting moments with him and Ayanokoji and Horikita. But it is what it is, bro. Oh yeah. Do any of you remember that story the audiobook story that I started? Called Kiyotaka Ayanokoji Tales of the White Room. I actually have a draft for that, which I need to finish, but it's like, damn, I haven't updated that series in a while. It's not easy being a writer, chat. I understand Kinugasa's pain now because even though it's a fan fiction, I still have to find some substantial plot developments for Ayanokoji in my fan fiction to make it actually intriguing. It's not easy writing a story. Sakenagi has more plot progression. She's connected to the White Room through her father and eventually the diplomatic world. She has more significance, but I don't think progression is the right word. If we're talking character progression, Ruben is way, way better than her. Because for the most part, Sakenagi's character has been very, very monotonous. She's basically been the role of a dictator like snobby genius. That's basically been her role for over 20 volumes. Ruben has been a tyrant. He's been bullied. He was a tyrant. He was beaten. He came back. He went through he went through his emo boy arc where he was silent. He came back as the leader. His class suffered. He came back. Then he got his class up again, and then he had more progression with Hosen. Bro, Ruben's progression is far more intriguing than Sakenagi's. This man has been through a lot. And he's a lot more interesting to watch than Sakenagi. I'm just being honest. Do you think it's possible Kinugasa will make Kiyotaka the Class A leader and Kyo will buy Kushida? No, he won't. He doesn't care about her that much. I was just joking when I say they would be a couple. Chances are Kushida is going to be by Horikita's side and Horikita is going to be the one to go to Class A. Ayanokoji is going to maybe be Class D and he's going to bring Ichinose's class from Class D up to Class A. No, up to Class B. So he's going to beat Ruin and take on Horikita in the final showdown. That's my theory. If we're setting up for an after story, no, but the thing is, no, but even if Sakenagi stays in the school, she's gonna graduate anyways. Her getting expelled and having her getting expelled and going somewhere else, and then we see her again after graduation would be far more interesting than to have her in the story up until graduation and then there's an after story for her. Do you get what I mean? So it's more interesting to have her get expelled and taken out of the story, and then we get a side story telling us what she's been doing since she was expelled. Hmm. I've had enough of Discord for today. That place is wilding. Yeah, Discord is a very interesting place. My Discord isn't very active, but at the same time, I prefer to be slowly active with cool people than very active with just weirdos. Like I've seen some Discord where people are just weirdos, bro. Straight up weirdos. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Elden Ring DLC coming? Yes, sir. I'm not playing it, but I'm gonna watch it. I've been recently tapped into the Elden Ring lore. Like I don't know. I find it so interesting to read nowadays to just kind of catch up with the lore. My favorite plot line is so far my favorite plot line is Melania and her brother, and also um Radon, the fight with Radon. Oh yeah, there's also the thing with Ronnie. I've been interested in the Ronnie ending and how well some of you guys probably don't even know what Elden Ring is. Let me stop, bro. Bro, I'm talking like a nerd. Do you think Kinugasa Do you think Kinugasa could expel Horikita? No. Why there is no feasible way he could take her out. For one thing, she's the main heroine. Second thing, she's the second most important character in the series, currently and for future developments. Plus, him removing her substantially destroys the plot. It destroys the story substantially. There is no way Kinugasa could expel Horikita. Could Koenji become the class leader? I mean, probably not. Well, he could if he wanted to, but there's no benefit in it for him. Right now, Koenji is in a position of comfort where he doesn't need to act if he doesn't want to, and he's basically guaranteed a good life. Even if he graduates from class D, he's rich. The man is rich. So if he graduates, he's still the heir to a conglomerate. He has no reason to care about any of this, which is why I don't get why Kinugasa still has him around. If you're not gonna make him do anything, expel him. I think Koenji will be expelled soon, and if he does get expelled, he better have a good fight. If not, he would probably have been the most. If gets expelled without having any substantial development, he would have probably been the most wasted, overhyped, useless character in the series. More useless than Yagami. Mm-mm. After ayanokoji leaves Horikita's class in order to get Horikita's class. Hold on, what? Koenji must become more active. Maybe, but not necessarily. I think she can pull herself together by becoming more closer with the class. And yeah, but I do agree that Koenji does need to get involved in some way. But as I said, he's not in any form of danger in his current position. Doesn't he still have a protection point as well? He's in the safest position right now. So yeah, Koenji right now he needs a motive. That's what Kinugasa needs to create. He needs to create a motive for Koenji to actually try, for Koenji to actually get serious. That's what Kinugasa needs to try and get to create right now. Shuni, I was talking about your server. That place has been wilding. Yeah, I know, I know. Koenji isn't going to be a leader. It's pretty much confirmed in the last volume that he thinks he's above them, and the island exam was to show the difference between him and them. Exactly. I can't see him in a leader position, anyways. Ah, right now he's just there. He's just existing. Honestly, Koenji and Ishigami are are they are the biggest potential men in the series. Always what always what ifs and what and probably, but never is. They never do anything. Just a bunch of hype, just a bunch of hype and useless exposition to make them seem better than they really are without giving them anything to really have a substantial development in the story. Yes, Koenji has had his fair share of feats where he showed off his potential, but it's like in the long run, for the long run of the story, what is your purpose in the story right now? And right now, Koenji has none. Sakayanagi is going to give Valentine's chocolates to Ayanokoji in the 3rd year. That doesn't mean she can't get expelled. No, no, Sakayanagi's development has been very good though, especially with her coming to terms with her feelings, her understanding that she needs people, which is why it's more than which only solidifies the fact that she is gonna get expelled. Having a beautiful character development and a tragic ending also contributes to that beautiful development. So her going from a genius to becoming more human, to becoming an actual girl, to becoming more human, and then in the midst of her development, she gets cut off. She gets expelled. In the midst of that growth, she gets weeded out. That's tragic, but at the same time, it's also beautiful. If Kirugasa can write an emotional heart-wrenching, tear-inducing scene, then yeah, it will literally be perfect. But her sticking around for the 3rd year, it just, I don't know. I'm just saying Ruin will probably be more entertaining and has a lot more development compared to Sakayanagi, is what I'm saying. Psychos, welcome to the stream. Now I have all my mods, bro. Hold on. All my mods have returned. Huge Boy, Nightburst, Psychos, Unio. Bro, all my mods have returned. Bro, all my mods have returned, bro. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. It just makes me emotional seeing all of you guys here again. Cause I haven't been here for like 6 months, bro. I fully expected maybe some of you would even unsubscribe. But thank you though. Thank you for sticking around. My God, bro, this chair. You guys have probably been hearing this chair rock all day. I need a new one. Exactly. I can see Kinugasa expelling Ruben. At the very least, if Sakayanagi gets expelled, maybe they can elect Morishita. Oh, maybe that's why she's in the story. I mean, it's not to say she's a genius or anything, but it's like it's either gonna be Morishita or Yamamura. Maybe there won't be a sole leader for Class A. Maybe it's going to be more like a group thing where everyone pitches in, but maybe they might have Yamamura and Morishita at the front. because Yamamura still needs to redeem herself because she was chosen over Kamuro, and Morishita is just there. So maybe they'll take up the mantle for Sakayanagi once she gets expelled. But if Ruin gets expelled, his class is finished. Wallahi, they're finished, bro. If Ruin is gone, his class is cooked. They're cooked, bro. So yeah. All right, peace out, Unio. Thank you for coming through. I forgot that Unio lives in a different time zone. Thank you for coming through, my boy. What is this yapping about theories? It's been a lot of theories, bro. If Sakayanagi will get expelled, if Ishigami will make a move, if Koenji will face off against Ayanokoji, it's been a lot of theories. Oh wait. Psycho isn't a mod? Jesus Christ, bro. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the moderator team, bro. Welcome, my boy. Welcome. Shuni, I have a good idea. Maybe you can try to think for yourself how you want volume 12 and not what you expect. I mean, what I expect is kind of what I want. Well, I don't know. I don't know what that means. What I want for year 2, volume 12, I need Ayanokoji to break up with K. That's one thing I definitely need. I have a lot of wants, but that's probably one thing that I need. I need Ayanokoji to break up with K. I want Ishigami to become more active. I want I need some development with Amasawa and Nanase. I need to figure out what's going on with them. Specifically Nanase. She's just kind of been there. And I need to know the aftermath of Ayanokoji versus Nagamo. Now that Ayanokoji has all the points that he needs, will he transfer immediately or will he wait? More than likely, he's going to wait, obviously, because he still needs Horikita to be in the best shape she can be before he transfers, so that he's confident that she can operate by herself. I need some more development for Sakayanagi because I do believe she's going to get expelled. So we need to get as much development for her as possible. And there's more than likely going to be an interaction with Ayanokoji and Ichinose. Do you guys remember when Ayanokoji said he was going to meet her again? I know they promised to meet up again, but I don't remember when. Wasn't it going to be at the end of the second year? Which technically should be this volume, year 2, volume 12? If so, then yeah, that should be happening in this volume or the next one. That's what I'm saying, Nightburst. No one knows Yamamura exists, so she needs to make her presence known. She has the chance. She has the time to stand out. Because Kinugasa keeps on giving us scenes with Yamamura where she's hiding behind a vending machine and she's acting all lonely, and we got a monologue for her. A monologue about how she's never been noticed when she was a child and all of that sappy stuff. So now is the time where Ayanokoji steps in, he helps her, and then Sakayanagi getting expelled motivates her to try. So she can start off small by talking to people, by becoming more assertive, and then eventually she can become someone completely different. Who knows? She might even cut her hair. Because you know how anime girls cut their hair whenever they go through a development? The biggest example being Horikita. Yeah, Yamamura can cut her hair. I feel like I feel like Kurosawa is gonna cut her hair after Ayanokoji breaks up with her. That would be that would be so funny, bro. Imagine after Ayanokoji breaks up with Kei, she cuts her hair. So now we have short hair Kei, short hair Horikita, and long hair Kushina, and short hair Yamamura. That would be so crazy, bro. Do you think Suzune and Sakayanagi will team up? No. They're both too prideful. Plus, they have no reason to. Sakayanagi wants to defeat Ayanokoji. Horikita wants to help Ayanokoji. So yeah, it's two opposite ideals. Katsuragi has been tutoring the class and Hiyori needs a purpose to the story. But like I said, it's all a matter of value to the story. It's like chess pieces. Like in chess, a pawn is worth 1 point. I think a knight and a bishop is worth 3 points. No, I think a rook is worth 3 points. A knight and a bishop is worth five, and a queen is worth 9 points. Something like that. It's all a matter of value to the story. And if you're gonna put up a comparison between Ruin and Sakayanagi, which one has more value to the story right now? Which one is more intriguing? Who's more entertaining? Who has had the best character developments? Who's the person that you want to see improve even more because they've been showing continuous progress? Ruin. Hiyori is more likely to get expelled, or she might undergo a development to become more assertive. Like Hiyori might begin to speak her mind more openly compared to before, but I don't see her becoming a leader. Sakayanagi's class is the one that needs the most development right now. They need the most development right now because Sakayanagi, she's been leading them like sheep. So it's like they're not helpless without her, but they're significantly weaker without her. So the story needs to take her out and have the class. Plus, Class A is probably one of the dullest classes in the series. They're one of the most boring. They're one of the most boring classes. They're the least fleshed out class, and they have the least amount of significant moments compared to the rest of the classes. They need some spotlight, some development. And Sakayanagi getting expelled is the perfect opportunity for that. Because we can't go into the third year and have Class A just be a dull, non-inquisitive class. They need to have some personality. They need to have some substance to themselves. It can't just be Morishita, Yamamura. Who else? I don't even know anybody else actually. Sanada, that one irrelevant guy. There aren't many relevant people in Class A, so they need more substance. They need more personality, is what I'm saying. Okay, so pawn is 1, knight and bishop 3, rook is 5, queen is 9. Okay, so I messed it up. I haven't played chess in a while. I need to play some chess, bro. Loki, I need to play some chess. Wait, could I do it right now? Ugh, hold on. I don't want it to mess with the live stream. Yeah, so what I was saying was, yeah, we're reaching the third year, and there's not much development for Class A. Compared to the other classes, they have the least development. So they need to work on that. I do I don't think it's too late for Hiyori to have development. It's just that because we do have an entire year, a third year to build up on her character. So Kinugasa does have time. He does have time. It's just a matter of how he uses that time. And there are several characters in the background that also need to have their development they need to have their development finished, their plot lines finished. Nanase Amasawa, Ishigami, Hosen. Yeah. um Hiyori is going to Sakayagi's class. That is an oh wait, that would be interesting, but at the same time, I don't see it because she would be in a completely new environment. Plus, that's not really what I see her development indicating towards. Her recent development, she's dissatisfied with Ruin's methods. So her switching classes and defeating Ruin doesn't change anything of how the class develops. It's more it's more than likely that she will develop she will develop in the class and become more assertive and I don't know, bro. I think she'll speak out I think she'll begin to speak out more in the class and maybe gain some allies in the class. But her switching classes doesn't really do anything for her, I think. Hmm. Let me see if I can pull this up on screen. Gotta change my answering machine. Mm-mm-mm. It's ridiculous. There we go. So yeah. I hope she doesn't fall for ayanokoji though. We need someone who's just a friend. That's pretty much what Hiyori is. Oh yeah, so let me put the link in chat. Yeah, so if anyone wants to play chess, if you any, we can play live while I talk. Just while I'm here. Before I end the stream, I want to play against somebody. So yeah, if you want to play, accept the link and we can play live. You like Morishita? Why would you? Why would you? Well, I don't. Well, if you like her, then there's nothing you can really do about that, you know. But it's like, bro, I find her. I just find her annoying. Is that's the thing with me? She's just annoyingly inquisitive, and has no real substance on her. Bro, why not move? Gambare, move, bro. Yeah. So Morishita is just kind of annoying to me personally. I don't see much value in her character. But like I said, it could be that she's being set up for a potential leading position, but it's already been established that she doesn't really care much about the class or Sake and Nagi. She more so just acts on her self interest. So, yeah, I don't know. Her position in the story right now is just kind of ambiguous. Hiyori is one of the best girls, though. By the way, have you guys been reading any other manga aside from like the mainstream stuff, like My Hero Academia, JJK? Oh, by the way, My Hero Academia is actually ending soon. It's actually crazy because I kind of grew up on this series. A lot of you don't know this, but My Hero Academia was the series that really gave birth to my channel. It's the series that really gave me that push to become a YouTuber. Even the name, even my channel name, Chuni the Vigilante, it's inspired by a spin-off of My Hero Academia called My Hero Academia Vigilantes. This series is very close to me, even though you might not see any content for it on the channel anymore, because I privated all of them. I do still have them, and I do still value them. I haven't read it as much because the recent chapters, they've lost me, bro. The plot has become so all over the place, bro. I can't, I kind of fell out of love with the series, but it's still, it's still dear to my heart, you know? What am I doing here now? I can't, bro. It is so. I do not recommend talking and playing at the same time. I can't even focus. Streaming is not an easy job at all, bro. She grew on me with her being an oddball. Oh, you mean when she was trolling Ayanokoji with the tree thing? Yeah, that was hilarious. And she took a picture of it. She is funny in a very awkward kind of way. I will admit that. What is Yo, Psycho, what are you doing? What do I do here? Chess is not an easy sport at all, I'll tell you that. Bro, bro, I'm 6 minutes and he's 9 minutes? That's disgusting, bro. Star embraced swordsman. Interesting. Have any of you seen that new manga called Kagurabachi? Why would you give up your rook like this, bro? Psychos. Why would you give up your Oh my god, bro. If I beat you, well, you're probably gonna beat me because you have more time because I've been talking. But if don't you dare let me beat you. Um Anyone reading One Piece or even Gachiakuta? Oh my god, someone who actually reads Gachiakuta. Oh my god, bro. I should give you a mod for that. I should give you a mod for that. Literally nobody that I know reads Gachiakuta. It's actually insane. I'm like 20 chapters behind because I'm letting it build up, but it is such a breath of fresh air. Such an amazing story. And it has potential. It definitely has potential. Oh, it might get an anime. Fire. Gachi Kuda is definitely in a unique lane of its own. I love the art style. That's one thing though. The art style is very retro, very hip. I don't know how to describe it, especially with the clothing designs. Low key, that's one of the most underrated aspects of mangas and webtoons nowadays. The clothing design. How you dress your characters up actually plays a very significant role to their character as well. Um Can I change my yeah, season 4. Yeah. What was I saying? I don't even remember. Yeah, Gachi Kuta is a very good series. Another one that was memed, I won't lie, even I memed it as well, was Kagurabachi. At first I was clowning it, but it ended up surpassing my expectations. Didn't I did not expect the story to be that good, I won't lie. Gotta change. Oh, sorry if I'm not talking, by the way. Yo, Chuni, I'll play you after the game, sure. Did you watch the fan made Berserk episode? I haven't. You're talking about the one from Studio Eclipse, right? I haven't, but I've seen the trailer. It's fire, bro. Fire. I'm so happy that Kentaro Miura's legacy is being done so well, bro. And people are saying it's disrespectful. What do you mean it's disrespectful? I can understand if it's like the if you guys know about the Attack on Titan project where they wanted to completely change the ending because they thought the ending was stupid, then I can understand seeing that as disrespectful. But with Berserk, it's not they're not changing the story. The fans are creating a a better anime adaptation because the adaptations for Berserk thus far have been ass. Actual dog shit. So I don't understand how you can see that in a negative light. What am I doing right now, bro? I'm running out of time. The one from Studio Arch? There's multiple fan animations going on? That's crazy. Wait, what happened? I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so what I was also saying that Kagurabachi has actually been very good lately. It's definitely a surprise, and it's even been getting recommendations from popular, well-known manga artists. For example, the author of Vagabond, he's actually recommended Kagurabachi. That's like one of the best cosigns you can get for your work. One of the best cosigns you could ever possibly get. But aside from that, there have been a lot of new mangas in Shonen Jump. A lot of new mangas in Shonen Jump. I just haven't felt compelled to read any of them. Okay, Psycho, now I know you're looking at my screen. Why are you watching my screen when you're playing? That's low-key cheating, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, Bishop F2? Okay, hold on. I don't need sorry. Yeah, I was saying I don't need you to advise me. Even if I fail, that's fine. But I hate being backseated. How can I come back from this, bro? I mean, I'm gonna run out of time anyways, but it's just like do you need a link to episode 1? Yeah, share it in the comments, not the live chat. Put it in the comments because I'm more than likely not gonna check the live chats once I'm finished streaming. Damn it, I wasn't looking. Shit. Yeah, I lost this one. I was not paying attention. Oh well. I don't think I can come back from this, honestly. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah. Yeah, GG's, bro. I should have been more focused. Well, then again, I am streaming, so, you know. Damn it. Oh, well. This is why you don't pre-move. Learn why the game behind your moves reviews. Play 4 more games. Wait. No, I did not mean to do that. Resign. Where's the resign button? Oh, yeah, abort. Studio Eclipse has an entire team. Arch is just different. One guy. Yeah, then that means we're getting a new episode every 6 months. One guy animating an entire episode is ridiculous. But what I hold on. All right, that's my cue to go. Yeah, guys, I have to go now. I have to get ready to head out. So, thank you all for stopping by. Let me thank everybody in the stream real quickly. Ayanokoji, Psychos, Nightburst, The Hand History Vault, innocent. You can hear my dog in the background. Thank you all so much for coming through. I appreciate you. I don't know when the next stream will be, but as long as you're subscribed, you'll get the bell for the notification. So I'll see you all next time. Take care. Have a wonderful day.